Hey, what's up, guys? Kyle down back in the video. Today I'm going to do my NFL Week 11 picks. Last week, I went uh, 8-6 overall, 104, 44, and 1. Let's get on to the picks. So let's go on to Thursday, November 13th, 6:15 Mountain Time Prime Video. We got the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. Going with the Patriots here to win. I think the Patriots look really strong there, and I think they can actually do something fully going there. Drake May there, he's a really outstanding quarterback there, and I think he can actually do something against against the Jets there. The Jets, they're massively struggling there. I do not trust. Justin Fields at all in this game. I think he's massively going to struggle. And I think we're going to see that there, even if the Jets actually won two of those games. But going against the Patriots there, who honestly look pretty elite there, I'm going to say Patriots win it over Jets. That's it for Thursday night. So we'll go on to Sunday, November 16th. We got a 7:30 game, Mountain Time, Primetime, NFL Network, and NFL Plus. We got the Washington Commanders versus the Miami Dolphins. This game's out of the country. This is mostly the shit bowl of the week here. I'm gonna go with the Commanders here to win. I think the Commanders can get fully going. They don't have Jaden Daniels there, so that does gonna hurt them there. But I'm gonna say the Commanders beat the Dolphins. I do not trust the Dolphins at all. Dolphins are massively struggling, so I'm gonna say Commanders over Dolphins. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going with the Falcons here to win. I think the Falcons can get something fully done here. They actually have a little bit more attention there. This game is mostly a coin flip of a game, but I'm going to say the Falcons win it. I'm going to play it safe and say I'm going to go with the Falcons here to win it, just to play it safe here. This is one of the games that I'm possibly going to play it safe. I do not with Bryce Young there. He can actually upset games, but I'm going to play it safe here and say the Falcons win it over the Panthers. Next game, we got the Tampa Bucks at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills there have been massively struggling there with Josh Allen. Allen has not been playing his best football at all. Last week, they mostly got their ass handed by the Dolphins last week there. The Bucks there, mostly they got a bad taste. Mostly also lost to the Patriots last week, and both teams are coming off with a sour tune here. But I'm gonna say the Bills win it. I'm gonna go with the Bills here to win it. I think the Bills can get it fully done there. I think Allen is mostly gonna bounce back this week there and try to find his targets. And I'm gonna say the Bills win it here in a really close fashion. I think this game's gonna be close, but I'm gonna say Bills over Bucks. Next game, we got the Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. Going with the Texans here to win. I think the Texans can actually do something here going against this Titans team. This Titans team is really struggling there. They do not look technically the best football team at all. So I'm going to say Texans win it. I do trust the Texans here to win it over the Titans. Do not trust the Titans at all in this game. Titans are massively struggling. So I'm going to say Texans over Titans. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. This is another coin flip game, but I'm going to say the Vikings win it here. The Vikings are massively struggling there, same with the Bears. But the Bears technically did have that comeback against the Giants last week there. The Vikings there, I think they're mostly fresh from a bye. I am not 100% sure. They took a bye last week. But I think they did pretty well last week. The Vikings did actually pretty well last week there, or not really last week. I think they're mostly coming off of the bye and they're mostly have fresh legs. But I'm going to say Vikings over Bears. Next game, we have the Green Bay Packers at the New York Giants. Going with the Packers here to win. The Packers there did put a stalemate on Monday night there. They technically put a stalemate on Monday night there against the Eagles there. The Giants there are mostly coming off of the loss there. They technically fire their head coach there. The Giants technically fire their head coach there. Dart there is not going to be playing in this game, so Russell Wilson possibly might be playing in this game here. So I'm gonna say the Packers win it. I think the Packers actually have a much better scheming attack there, and the Giants do. So I'm gonna say Packers over Giants. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to go with the Steelers here to win. I think the Steelers can actually, it's mostly want to get that bad taste out of their mouth, mostly playing against LA last week. They mostly technically got embarrassed last week against the Chargers last week, so they might want to take their revenge here going against the Steelers. Or the Steelers want to take their revenge there going against the Bengals there. The Bengals have been massively struggling there, but their offense is starting to make peak there, and they're starting to look good with Joe Flacco there. So I'm gonna say Steelers win it. I think the Steelers are a much better team there over the Bengals. Next game, we got the LA Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Going with the Jags here to win. I think the Jags can actually get something fully going there. They looked really stout there. The Chargers there, I think this is going to be a big test for Justin Herbert there. This is going to be a possibly big test against Justin Herbert this week. He's massively going to struggle here. And I might see the Jaguars actually trying to put some more pressure against Herbert in this game. So I'm going to say Jags win it over Chargers. That's it for that game. So we'll move on to the next game. We have let's move on to the 205 games Mountain Time. First on 205, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the LA Rams. We got so I'm going to go with the Rams here to win. I think the Rams can actually get it fully done here. This game is going to be a really exciting game here. Both sides look really, really tough. And I think they can actually do something here. Both defenses look really tough there, and I think they can actually look really something there. Technically, Stafford actually have Makula there, so technically we're gonna this possibly might be a really high scoring offensive game here. Battling for the second place in the NEC there. I think it's gonna be an interesting fight, but I'm gonna say the Rams win it over Seahawks. Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. Going with the Niners here to win. I think the Niners actually have a much better attacking game there. They looked really outstanding there last week against the Rams, mostly catching up to the Rams last week. The Cardinals there have been massively struggling there. They did not look the best there going against them last week. So I'm going to say Niners over Cardinals. That's it for the 205s. Let's move on to the 225 games. Mountain Time first on the 225. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Going with the Ravens here to win. I think the Ravens look really, really sharp there. They're starting to come back around. Jamar Jackson there. He's actually throwing the rock there. And I think he can actually do something going against this Browns team. The Browns team has been massively struggling there. So I'm going to say Ravens over Browns. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at my Denver Broncos. Oh boy. There. I'm going to go with my Broncos here to win. Reason why I'm going to go with my Broncos here to win there, because I think we can actually do something against Kansas City there. We actually did pretty well against them and stuff like that. We've been struggling the last couple weeks there. Even that game there against on that Thursday night game there, I think the team is possibly going to reset there, and I think we can actually do something against Kansas City there. Mahomes there. He actually can find his targets there, but he actually has Travis Kelce and stuff like that. But mostly going against my Broncos defense there. The Broncos defense might actually pull it out here and win this one. The offense there, I'm kind of a little bit worried about this game about the offense. But I think Bo's going to find his feet this week. I think the media has been talking underneath Bo Nix there. The media has actually been talking underneath Bo Nix this whole week there. So I guess you can say the Broncos could be a pissed off unit here and possibly beat the Chiefs here. This game is going to be a really close game here. I think the Broncos are going to try to find their feet here, and I think the Broncos are going to try to win it here. This is also a battle for first place in the AFC West here. So you got mostly this is going to be possibly a battle in the AFC West. The Chiefs there, they might want to try to play hard here because they're going to try to get that. They're going to try to stay alive in the AFC there. But I'm going to say my Broncos win it. We have a really good defense there, and I think we can actually pressure Mahomes in this game here. So I'm going to say my Broncos over Chiefs. That's it for the 2:30 games. So let's move on, or the 2:25 games. So let's move on to Sunday Night Football, 6:20 Mountain Time, Primetime, NBC, and Peacock. We got the Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles. Going with the Lions here to win. The Lions look really, really strong here, and I think can actually do something with Dan Campbell there. Technically, Campbell there is starting to play like a real offending player there. He's actually starting to becoming a really offended player or a really offended coach there. He's starting to look really good there. The Eagles there, they mostly put a stalemate against Green Bay last week there. So I don't know if the Eagles are not really that fit going against this Lions team, who honestly the Lions are much better in the Packers are. So technically the Lions might actually do some more damage here going against this Eagles team. This Eagles team is pretty bad. They're really struggling there, and I think we can see that happening in this game here. So I'm going to say Lions over Eagles. That's it. That's it for that game. So we'll move on to Monday Night Football, November 17th, 6:15 Mountain Time, Primetime, ABC and ESPN. There, we got the Dallas Cowboys at the Las Vegas Raider Haters. This is mostly the shit bowl. This is the shit bowl, or the shit bowl of the week, for Monday night. I'm gonna say the Cowboys win it. I think the Cowboys can actually fully get it done here. The haters are fucking god awful. They're really fucking god awful there. They mostly kept up with us last week there. They technically kept up with us last week, but they couldn't get it fully done and beat us last week there. They're massively struggling there. Crosby is not that great, but he's not been playing that great. And I mostly Dak is mostly gonna throw down the field and mostly cook the haters there on this game. But I'm gonna say the Cowboys win it here over the haters. And the teams are on bye. The Colts are on bye, and the Saints are on bye. Yep. Comment, rate, my response to Tuesday Bros. We like to learn most. Please subscribe to the notification on social live streams. Response to Tuesday Bros. Like out. Out of peace.